right, good evening, everyone. This is Deshaun Bradley here once again at the Fighting Carrier here on YouTube. Hope everybody had a good day today, Friday, as we're getting ready for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. And our workloads and our orange hampers are about to be full, about to be more full. And I already have on my route, I already fill up 2 or 3 hampers a day because my route is overburdened here. But it is what it is. I'm just amazed that the little small town of a population of less than 7,000 people, the amount of packages that I get on a day-to-day basis, the number of scans and sort of. Well, when I did transfer here, they did tell me that my route was the longest route in the station. And so, since I transferred here, I'm trying my best to get this route reevaluated. We only have 4 city routes here in my area. Used to have an auxiliary route, so between my route and City 1's route, we're going to try to get those routes readjusted so that we can get an auxiliary route once again at our post office, because, again, my route is overburdened and whatnot, and it is what it is. I mean, I enjoy it. It's a mounted route, which I needed. Bad knees, bad foot, bad ankle, all that good stuff right there. But it is what it is. We're mail carriers. We do what we got to do on a day by day basis. But again, my name is Deshaun Bradley. Welcome again to the Fighting Carrier. I'm trying to get this camera done right here so that people can see my face. What's going on? This is one of my favorite hats right here. But yeah, so welcome to the Fighting Carrier. Once again here on YouTube. You can like and follow my page here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. I have a Facebook group, as it is, the Fighting Carrier. You can type that in, find it, answer those a couple of questions there. If you're not a 204B or whatnot, if you're just a regular city carrier, you can follow along there, engage, send me messages or whatever you want to do with that. I try to post different things every once in a while. This is a one-man operation, so I do the best I can. So from time to time, you'll see things up there from me as well. Like for instance, I mentioned I'll be going live today about 6:30 tonight. So, and then there's gonna be some other things I'm going to drop after I do this show too. Just some things I want to address. And if you did see the show synopsis today, let me go to my Facebook right here. If you did see it, you'll see on my page I have a couple pictures here of the postal workers that are striking there up in Canada. And as you see, the topic tonight we're going to talk about here is what lessons can or should NALC learn from the Canada Postal Strike. And then another question I want to ask is, how some of the pro-NALC, pro-Renfro people come around a little bit. Because I'm starting to see, I've seen a couple people come around. I want to know what you think, if you've noticed that in your interactions with people. And then one thing too, I'm convinced of 1 or 2 things about Renfro. I'm just curious. Is just that right there is going to be my personal opinion. A little bit of fun with that towards the end with Renfro. Yeah, then I got another question too. I have one more question here because I find this interesting, and maybe somebody can help me out here. So maybe someone can send me a message with this, or I'll ask later. Where's the angry mailman at? Because I went to my Facebook and I used to follow him, but then I introduced myself to him and said, hey, well, I followed you. Here's my show. Take a look, follow me or whatever. But I haven't seen any more posts of him on there. I'm curious, did he even block me? Because I've never been disrespectful to him. If he did block me, I've never been disrespectful to him or anything. I never disparaged his show or anything. My thing is being in this sphere is I just want to make sure we're accurate. So I'll always leave the caveat if what this says, if what he says is true. and whatnot. Because I don't know his sources. I don't have any sources at all. So hopefully I can get some sources one of these days too, to be a trusted figure. But we can build that up day by day. But I've never disparaged him at all. That's just the caveat I always say, because it's like with Brian Renfro. He would tell us all the time, "Oh, this contract to be historic, and soon it's coming out. It's coming out soon. Soon it's coming out soon. Historically soon." And I just take everything with a grain of salt. I don't, trust but verify. You know what I mean? Trust but verify. And so, that's one of the things I'll always try to do, is trust but verify. Someone send me some source information to my email. If they send it to me, I will always say, well, take this with a grain of salt, because it may or may not be true, because that's how you roll. Because you want to come out here, when you put yourself out here, you want to make sure you're as accurate as possible, because you want to have a high trust rate with people. And so that's what I try to do here. So I'm curious, is Angry Mailman, is he still around? Is he still posting videos? Or did he just block me? You know what I'm saying? He sent me an invitation to follow his page. I readily said, boom, I will follow it. Like, boom. I had no problem doing that, because you are a fellow mail carrier, and we are in this fight together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in competition with anyone out there. I mean, yeah, different platforms, it is what it is. But what's wrong? What's wrong with that? Having more voices out there. Everyone has their own little niche that they do. All of us appeal to different people. You know what I'm saying? So, Angry Mailman, he did a smaller shows, whatnot. 5-6 minutes or whatever. Me, I got a longer format, and I do a little bit different things with that. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I'm about to talk about the Canada strike that's going on, and lessons we can learn from that. So that's where we're at right now. If anyone can tell me if he's still out there posting or not, hey, just let me know. I mean, if he is, he just blocked me. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. I'm gonna continue to do my thing, and continue to try to reach out to people and stuff. I don't block people. I believe in open dialogue. I will. Yeah, I mean, some people just I want to engage with, and it depends on what you do or and whatnot. I mean, if you're going to be flat out racist or something like that, yeah, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage in that, whatnot. But I don't believe in blocking anyone. I believe everyone has the right to voice their opinion. It's the First Amendment that we have in our country. I don't believe in all that censorship nonsense. That's bogus to me. Man up, speak your mind, because I may not agree with your opinion or whatever, but I will always respect it. I always respect your opinion, and so that's what I'm hoping people here do with me as well. You may not agree with everything I say or anything I say, but hopefully you all just respect me, respect my opinion, and respect the fact that I'm going to speak my mind. I have no problem speaking my mind, because this is what I feel. This is my passion. My passion is, I love my job at the post office. I really do. My passion is doing what I can to help us all get what we deserve. That is livable wages, better benefits, retirement, all that good stuff, vacation, and just the proper treatment within the walls of the post office by management. We're all in this together. All of us want to go to work. Come in, they ask us what we think for the day. You give them a number. That's it. It should be just that. There shouldn't be any more arguments about, or okay, here's your 96. Boom, there you go. Fill it out. Measure. They can approve or deny it. They don't need to sit there and argue with you or anything. They can just give you the sheet, fill it out, and if they deny it, they just deny it. And then whatever your callback time is on the scanner, you say, hey, I'm here at this such and such a time. I'm still 15-20 minutes over. What do you want me to do with the mail? And let them make that decision later on in the day. So, it is what it is. All of us want to do, we want to come to work, get our numbers, fill out 96 if we have to, and go to the street. We don't want all the harassment or anything. We just want to get done with our day and go home to our families. So, now with that said, that was a long intro today, but hey, I'm cooking. I'm on the road today. So now I want to talk about this Canada Post Office strike that's going on right now, and some lessons that we can learn from that. You know, when you look at this article that I pulled up, it's from a site called labornotes.org from Canada. So let's get into this article here about the Canada strike that's going on right there. So as you know, it says roughly 55,000 postal workers in Canada are on strike, fighting to raise their wages, protect their work, and shape the future of Canada Post. And notice this, they've been in negotiations since November 2023 after agreeing to a 2-year contract extension in 2021 due to COVID. Now, I want you to hear what the president of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, Local 548, says in Hamilton, Ontario. See what she says. She says here, "We definitely don't want our jobs to become a race to the bottom." That's from Tracy Lengill. "We want solid jobs, living wages, decent benefits, and the ability to retire with dignity as well." Think about that. Has Renfro ever said anything like that strong? Really? See, we already know Renfro. He is pro management. Yeah, you gotta understand something about Renfro. He is pro management. He does not care anything about the carriers. And even those members on the executive council there who agree with Renfro, like I can't say all, because I don't know all, but those who support Renfro, who don't speak out against him, and who's trying to sell us this 1.3% tentative agreement, they don't care about the carriers at all. They're pro-management. So we got to keep that in mind here. But I definitely like the strong statement that she says here, that they don't want their jobs to become a race to the bottom. And that's certainly what NELC is doing with us right now in Renfro. A race to the bottom. Excuse me. You think about that 1.3% increases. And then the simple fact that this agreement also eliminates our fixed office time in there. You know, that was our biggest argument against the 1 hour office time. To say, hey, we, in our office, we take our 10-minute break in the office. So we got 43 minutes of office time off the top right there. But now with this new agreement, if we agree to it, which I'm a hard no, if we agree to that agreement, then that fixed office time is done. So now there's gonna be more harassment on us. Hey, you guys gotta get out. You guys gotta get out. You guys gotta get out. Let's go. Let's turn the air conditioner off. You know, I wish my office would do that. I would definitely be on the next day on the phone calling OSHA. That's a violation, and I will be suing. I'll be grieving and suing, point blank. Same in the winter time. If they want to turn the heat off or something, try to get you out of the office or whatever because it's cold. You know, these people are animals. Management, they're animals in many cases. So if you ever had a situation in the summertime, if they turn the heat off or the air conditioner off on you and try to get you on the street faster, no, you call OSHA. You file that. You file a grievance. You file OSHA right then and there. You say, hey, no, you're not doing that because that is a hazard. That is a hazard for it to be like that. So no, we won't got to play that. But again, Renfro and those who support him, his enablers, they are pro-management. They do not love the carriers. They don't like us. We to them, we're the peasants to them. We're nothing but a gnat that's buzzing their ears right now, especially with all the no's out there. And I do hope that all of us send a loud message to Renfro and the Executive Council when all of us vote no for this nonsense. So, again, Tracy Langill, definitely don't want our jobs to become a race to the bottom. Well, NELC here, they're putting our jobs at the bottom. It's ridiculous. When we compare our percentage increases to others, it is unbelievable. Again, we want solid jobs, living wages, and decent benefits. Okay, and that's what she says here in Ontario. Now, one of the major concerns here in Canada, which is again our concern here too, but it says one of the major areas of concern for postal workers is their wages, which have lagged far behind inflation. See, they're saying that in Canada, even their wages have lagged far behind inflation. And that reminds me of the article we had recently here in the United States. You can look up this title, and you can have the complete article here. But the title of this article is "The Worst Jobs Relative to Inflation." Just Google search that. And on top, I believe it's the Finance News or Finance Network or something like that that has this article. But type in "the worst jobs relative to inflation." Read that article and notice what it says here. It says, while some industry jobs saw remarkable wage growth, others struggled to keep pace with inflation. And here's the key. Postal workers experienced the lowest wage increase of any profession, with salaries increasing just 18% from 2013 to 2023, significantly below the national inflation rate of 31%, and a lower rate than any other job. So it's amazing that Canada Post Office postal workers are fighting the same things that we on the ground trying to fight. Because NALC is not fighting this battle for us. It's up to us as individuals. We got to do what we can. We are fighting this. Renfro and company, they're not fighting this low wage increase due to inflation. They're not. But one concern for the postal workers in Canada was that their wages have lagged far behind inflation. Funny, just like ours is. And so Renfro and them, they're not doing anything for us. It's up to us. We got to vote him out. Vote new leadership in there, because this is nonsense. This is crazy. You know what I mean? So again, type in "the worst jobs relative to inflation," and you will see this article here. And it talks about how postal workers we experienced the lowest wage increases of any profession. You know, the 18% versus everyone is 31%. So it's just it's unbelievable that we're fighting the same fight. James Ball, acting president of the CUPW Local 730, that's the Canada Postal Union, said that the starting wages in the union have increased only 6.7% since 2006, while workers lost about 50% of their purchasing power due to inflation in the same period. See, the math isn't mathing. See, with inflation, all of us have lost our purchasing power, and yet their wages only increased by 6.7%. And our wages are just flat as well too. Ours increased by 18%. They said from 2013 over 10-year period, only 18%. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how our leadership, they sit there with their six-figure positions there, they live down there in the Washington Swamp area, the West Virginia area, and all those people are making six figures. So of course they're barely feeling the effects of inflation, if they feel it at all, because they already got the six figures. They already have the money. But those of us who are struggling every single day, going to work, working 10 hours a day, 9 hours a day, carrying mail up and down hills and steps, food coverages, dog food that we got to take up because Amazon won't deliver it, but we got to deliver it. All of these things, these guys are sitting back there in their cushy little offices, get to travel to the United States, get to go to different cities, to different rap sessions or different meetings and whatnot. All of these guys they're out of touch. They're out of touch, and I really wish. This is something I'm going to try to push for too. We need to try to amend the Constitution at the NALC to have term limits. Term limits of the number of terms people can serve on executive council, number of terms that a president can run, a vice president can run. If you're already the executive vice president and it's time for the president to step down, you use the vice president have to wait another cycle before you put yourself in the running for the president. That's why I look at it. We need to change. We need to change the Constitution, so that we can have different leadership in there. Our NALC is kind of like the Republican and Democratic Party. You got the turtle, Mitch McConnell, who looks like that turtle. If you ever watched the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, I can see why they call him the turtle, because he looks just like. I can't think of that dude's name. I think it starts with a C. Clyde or something. Cecil Turtle. There it is. Yeah, they came to me. Cecil Turtle. That's what Mitch McConnell looks like. And then you got the Nancy Pelosi's and the others. They're just in there with walkers. These are the ones that's leading us. No, we need to do some changes to the Constitution. I think we should do that. I think that's a good move to do, to advocate for that. But we think about that. They're fighting for their wages because their wages haven't kept up with inflation, just like ours. The article here, the worst jobs relative to inflation. That's the postal way. And ALC, Renfro, they don't care at all about us. The workers also say the Canada Post is asking them to throw future hires under the bus. The company wants to make new hires wait a year before they can receive benefits, which are still worse than the ones that workers currently have, and to exclude them from the defined benefit pension plan. Sound familiar to NALC? See, the post office does this. NALC, our union, agrees with it. But these guys right here, these union members, they say, no, we don't want that anymore. We don't want to throw new hires under the bus. But yet, what does our union do? Well, let's keep CCAs here. Let's keep them here. Overworked. Benefits are crap. You can't contribute to the TSP or anything. It's what it is. Our leadership can learn a lot from Canada. Yet, the difference is the Canada leaders, they actually care about their workers. They care about their workers. Okay? Exactly. That's the biggest thing too. And another thing too, with the Canada Post Office, with the striking workers, is that most postal workers in Canada are covered by the same union. See, here we're divided. Okay, we got the rural side with the NALC side. We got the mail handler side, APWU for the clerk side. Well, you got 4 or 5 different unions here. Imagine what would happen. This is what we're going to learn from Canada. Imagine what would happen if all 4 of those unions came together as one. Imagine our voice would be so much louder than individuals. Okay? If we all came together as one, we can all achieve higher wages. Okay? Better benefits because we're all one voice. Okay? But I get it. We're divided. The old adage is true. Divided we fall. United we stand. That's so true because we're divided into 4 different unions. And because of that, you have 4 different presidents. You have 4 different vice presidents. You have 4 different councils or whatever. People that's executives. You got all these different units. And people don't want to give up their power. People are going to retain. They want to retain all that power. So of course we're never going to unite just because of that. Because humans are humans. Humans want that power. They want that recognition. But this is something that we can learn from. The postal workers in Canada are covered by the same union. Most of them are. Yet here we are divided, which is why the USPS, they see this. They are divided and conquered. Because they can just split up here, and here, different ways. So that's something we need to think about as a union. Can we unite as one? Can we bring in the rural side? Can we bring in the clerk side, the mail handler side? Can we bring everyone in and put it under one umbrella? Yes, I know it's going to mean giving them some power. And I know humans in their hubris don't want to do that. Everyone wants to be on the top. Everyone wants to make that money, be the decision maker. Look at me, I'm the big dog, I'm big chief. No, that's hey, look at me. I get to go to Congress. I get to be on magazine covers or whatever. Look at me, yay, yippee. That mentality's got to change. It's got to change quick. But our NALC, are just like the USPS. They don't care about disrespecting the newer hires because NALC continue with the CCA craft. Why? Get rid of that CCA craft. Let everyone come in as PTS or unassigned regulars, whatever the case may be. Once you get to their probation period and they do good, boom, they're in. Okay, no more CCAs. But yet Renfro and company, they're very different from the Canada union right there. Again, these guys are fighting for their new hires, so they're not thrown under the bus. But our union, screw them. We don't care. We'll keep CCAs here, so we can continue to abuse and use them or whatever. So we gotta learn to fight back here. We need some new leadership at the top very quickly. Here's something that the union there is having fun with. Like this. This is probably a little bit older than, because I heard it's a 2-week strike so far. But under this next subtopic, they're saying having some fun with it. It says as the workers approach the end of the first week of the strike, the vibes on the picket line have remained high, according to the local presidents. And Dryer's local, where it's been raining on and off for 6 days, picketers have received a lot of support from other unions, as well as members of the public, who have been bringing them supplies like food and coffee. It's been absolutely amazing because our battle is a battle for all workers, unionized or not, Dyer said, preparing to head to another picket line where retirees want to drop off hot food. So, they got the support of other unions and whatnot. And that's one thing I've been doing behind the scenes, everyone. I've been approaching other unions, other union leaders, presidents, and things of that nature. I've been telling them about our plight and about how our president is pretty much feckless. He's weak. He's pro-management. And I'm trying to get them to tell our story too, so that we can get the support from other unions as well to say, hey, we don't support Brian Renfro, but we support the carriers. We support the carriers in their fight for a better contract. We got to put pressure on Renfro and the executive council, those who support him, and these guys, and Barner and all these guys, because they are not pro-carrier at all. They are certainly looking pro-management. Exactly what they do. They are pro-managers and whatnot. So there we go. But these guys are fighting for their people, and our union is certainly not doing that. Here's something else I find interesting too with the Canada Post and the strike here. So notice here, Canada Post has pointed at $3 billion in Canadian dollars in losses since 2018 to paint the picture of a financial crisis. A narrative that sounds so familiar, doesn't it, here in the United States? The company is trying to disguise investments as losses, and that's what the workers say. Their CUPW say. Think about it. Here's Canada. The corporation says they spent $470 million on new parcel sorting facilities in Toronto, announced $30 million to expand a plant in Calgary, and Canada Post has also started converting its 14,000 vehicles to electric, committing $1 billion to that project. So, I like this analogy too that Tugby says. He says, if I personally do a 40,000 home renovation, his home is worth more. It's not worth less. So the post office there is trying to sell it to the public, and everybody else that they're losing money. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It sounds so familiar. Post office here always says we're going broke. Yet, what do we see here? We see them putting together sorting facilities, converting offices, so people have to drive further. We see our post office. And what else are they doing? They are they're adding tracking devices to our vehicles. They're going all electric with our vehicles. They're doing all of these things, and yet they're running out of money. They continue to hire managers and things of that nature. They continue to do all of these things, and yet they claim we're broke. What about all the grievances they pay out? Every year. What's the total cost of that? What about the executive board at the U.S. Postal Service, who many of them come from mailing organizations, and what they do is they subsidize their mailer buddies, keeping parcel rates so low that you can't earn the property, you can't do anything. They're giving their mailers a subsidy, and yet we're going broke. They're doing all of these things here, and yet they claim to the public that they're going broke. We just saw the article from Reuters the other day talking about they're broke, and I reached out to the person who wrote that article to haven't heard back from them either. These guys, I mean, they don't want to listen to anyone on the outside at all. So it's very difficult, and some days it can be frustrating. You want to give up, but no, I'm not getting up to fight. All I need is 1 or 2 ears of someone that's prominent. That's all I need. I need 1 or 2 ears to get our story out there and to get the ball rolling. But it has to be someone in Congress. It has to be someone national. All I need is just one opportunity to do that, to hit the ball out of the park. We gotta do that. But yeah, so they're trying to use that same laws. And it's the same thing too. Renfro actually falls for this nonsense. He falls for this crap when the post office says we're going broke. We're going to lose money. We can't do this, can't do that. You know what, Renfro? If you were pro carrier and not pro management, you wouldn't care what the USPS says. Your party, like these guys here in Canada, their leaders, their focus is on the workers. They don't care about what Canada Post is doing. And in fact, I think Canada, the post office there offered them like 11% increase, whatever. They rejected that. They said, no, we don't want that. We want more than that. We want more than 11%. So how dare you, Renfro, think that we as carriers are going to accept 1.3% increases? That is ridiculous. You have been in your ivory tower there in Washington, D.C., and you have lost touch with everyone. How dare you think that we are going to sit here and accept 1.3% pay increases? We are struggling out here, Renfro. And I hope you see all my videos. I hope I see you one day in person. We can have a closed door, respectful meeting. But how dare you sit here and try to tell us to our face that all we are worth is 1.3%? And how dare you sit here and speak the talking points of the Postal Service? If you are a union leader or union president, your number one job is to fight for the carrier, not fight for management talking points. Look, these guys are not buying their talking point, because this is what a real union does. They fight for higher wages for their people, fight for better benefits. Mr. Brian Renfro, I cannot wait to vote you out. I cannot wait to vote no on this contract because it is idiotic. It is a joke, laughable, but it's really not laughable because it's sad. That's what you and Barner, the executive council, that's how you feel about us. We're nothing but 1.3% to you. We are a joke to you. Mr. Renfro, you're done. You gotta go. I'm sorry. You gotta go. I don't want you to do anything else. Matter of fact, what you should do, you should say, you know what? Hey, I messed up bad. I'm sorry. I need to step down. That's what a person who has a little bit of humility would do. But you, sir, do not have that. You have so much hubris. You're a narcissist. Your ego is way too high. You need to go. We can learn a lot from what these people here in Canada are doing, what they're fighting for. They don't care about the talking point of the post office there. They want the wages for their people. And in fact, federal law dictates that with pay comparability, our wages should be that of the private sector. Our wages should be equal to or better than UPS's. Period. Our benefits should be better. Region top pay should be the same or better than UPS is right now. That's the federal law. That is the law. That is the law. And you, sir, are not fighting for that. You're not fighting for USPS to uphold federal law. But you'll be quick to say we can't strike. Okay. Yeah, that's part of the law too. You will say that. You say, oh, we can't strike here in the United States. Well, part of that same law too is the fact that they have to have our pay comparable to that of the private sector. That's the law. You never advocate for that part of the law, Mr. Renfro. You never advocate for that. So I have so much. Well, I never had respect for you to begin with because I knew you were Rolando Flunky. So I already knew that, and I voted no against you the first time, and I will continue to vote no. I voted against Rolando too, because when he did they eliminated the TE position, reduced our pay, and didn't give everyone who was a TE any step increases. All of us. I mean, some of them got them, but not all of us got it. And matter of fact, what should have happened was all former TEs who came in as TEs, they should have been moved to table 1. Period. And even if I was on table 1, I would still be fighting for the rest of my carriers too, because it's not right. It's not right. That big pay gap is ridiculous. Yeah, I know. I took the job, but I had to. I was a single dad at the time, small town Ohio. No other jobs were opening, so once I got in, I was in. You know what I mean? But now, I mean, I'm 44 years old. Step I carrier. Even today, I'm looking for a better job right now. A job that pays better than what I'm getting paid right now, because this is hard. It's what it is. It's just hard right now. But you can learn a lot from the Canada Postal Strikers, because they don't care. They're not buying a talking point from their post office there, but them losing money. And yet you, sir, always bring up, well, the post office, who cares? The pay comparability law does not say our wages are dependent upon whether the post office is making money or not. They can find a way to pay us. They can increase the cost of spurs or whatever. Increase packages a little bit. They can do that. They can cut back on this expansion work, or cut back on some managers. They can begin to thaw the contract so they can stop paying all those grievances. They can do that. There's so much that they can do in order to give us what we are owed. And you don't want to fight for that. You don't want to fight for that. Here's another thing, too. So the workers further noted that their pension fund is overfunded, and everyone at the executive and supervisory levels at Canada Post, they received bonuses, while members of the union didn't. So if these guys, if they're managers and executive boards or whatever, if they're receiving bonuses, how are they broke? I ask the same question throughout. If we're so broke, why is the joy, at least according to the 2023 article, why was the joy the second highest paid federal employee if post office is going broke? Explain that to me, Renfro. If post office is going so broke, why is he the second highest paid employee? Any person, any leader, organization, if they were losing money, you wouldn't want them as a leader anymore. You'd get rid of them. You would fire that person. Not give them a bonus. Yet, only in the federal government does this stuff happen. Yes, I know we're not paid by tax dollars, but only in the federal government things like this happen. You can have loss after loss supposedly, and yet they still get bonuses, still get increases. So Renfro, explain that to me. Riddle me that. Can someone ask Renfro that question next time you see him? Hey, if the post office is going broke, then why is the joy the second highest paid federal employee? if we're going so broke. If we're so broke, why are people getting bonuses? If we're so broke, why are they putting trackers on all the vehicles? If they're so broke, why are they continuing to expand? Now, in fact, I remember seeing an article on the Clean Sleep page on Facebook. They just opened another facility, a new facility somewhere. I forgot what it was, but they spent money on another facility, their sorting facility. So if the post office is going so broke, why are they opening all of these facilities? Why are what's going on here if they're so broke? See, but yet you, Renfro, you're pro management. You're pro management. And that gets me to my final point. One of my final points, talking about Renfro, because I keep saying that you're pro management. It's either one or two things. With you, Renfro. Excuse me. It's one or two things with you, Renfro. One, you agree that the carriers they make too much money anyway, and that's all we deserve. You truly don't care about the carriers, which is true. Yeah, that's one. And and you're pro management. Or the other thing I can only think of too, if the first part's not true, then the second part is probably true. Again, this is just my opinion. I don't know for sure, but I'm curious, Renfro. What does management have on you? Okay, what do they have on you? Do they have a picture of you, a video of you in a compromising situation? I mean, what happened at the Christmas party when Detroit was there? Is something going on behind the scenes that they have leverage over you? They're blackmailing you? I mean, what's the deal, Renfro? You're supposed to be the president of the carriers, but you're not. You're president of postal management. So you tell me what's going on? Are they blackmailing you? You can come out. You can send me an email. thefightingcarrier@gmail.com. Send me an email. Hey, you come out. Come on and say, hey, they are blackmailing me. If you came out and said that, you will have the support of the carriers. Now, we support other carriers. We got your back. We still don't agree with everything you've done. You've done. And we're still gonna vote you out or whatever. But we'll come together and say, hey, you come after one, you come after all of us. You know what I mean? I would. You have more respect then if you came on and said, hey, man, they got some dirt on me. I mean, what did they do? What videos do they have of you when you were drunk? What was going on? What's the situation? Did they got some stuff on you? Were you doing something nefarious? I mean, this is that's the only thing I can think of. What's going on with you, buddy? Help us out and whatnot. So, hey, so it's either one, like I said, you don't love the carrier, you're pro management, or two, management has dirt on you. That's the only thing I can think of. Dirt on you, or whatnot. So the final thing about the Canada Post Office is they're thinking too. This is something I haven't heard in a long time. We were thinking about something about like this in the United States for a while. And if they're continuing to worry about us going broke, why not we have postal banking? Postal banking. And many of us have bachelor's degrees. We can do the banking service inside there. Get off the street, and be a bank. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not have that postal banking for us? To bring people in there. Get to the point to where you can get a federal postal loan, for a car or mortgage or something. Why not? And being the federal government, we can be backed by the government a little bit, as long as we want to do those Fannie Mae loans or whatever, Freddie Mac. As long as we're careful with that and give people the loans that can afford it and stuff. But you think about that, postal banking, and who's going to get the better rates with that? Postal employees give us the better rates, give us favorable loans, whatnot, pay everything back. Why not? But that's the Canada Postal. They want to do that. And talking about let's bring in the bank right there, postal banking. Why not? Why not do that? So we can learn a lot from the Canada union workers there, their leaders there. That these guys they fight for their people. Ours NALC they don't fight for us. The Canada's they do. We can learn the same talking points. We can learn that they don't care what the post office says losing money. That's not their concern. Their concern is their people. NALC can learn from that. That the gains and losses of the USPS is not NALC's concern. Their concern is the carriers only. Carriers only. Once you get that point, all leadership, all those who are running for office, if you get in there, remember, carrier first. Excuse me. Carrier first. I'm fighting a cold, by the way. Carrier first and foremost. That's the rule. That's the thing. And so, I wish I would have gotten to the game earlier. I don't know a lot. Would love to run one day. But for right now, we got the CLC running. We got Mike Care running. Anything be better than what we got right now with Renfro and the team. We need some changes bad. And I want to conclude with this thought. I want to ask the people out there. Over the years, I've had some dealings with people on Facebook. Be it when I left, when I converted from a TE down to a CCA, to even about a year or so ago, where I used to get into debates with people on Facebook and ALC. You get the Anthony Smiths out there, the Bill Gainey's, and there was another dude who was on there. But I'm just wondering. I'm wondering now how those people who have been, well, I know Anthony Smith, he's not, but people that's like Mr. Gainey and others, people who were so pro NALC and pro Renfro, who couldn't see what everyone else was seeing because we were living it. We knew what was going on. I wonder how many of those who used to defend the Renfro, defend the NALC, to the point where they would tell you, well, you can always go to Walmart, they're hiring, or you go to Wendy's, they're hiring, or who are supposed to be postal blue, but they were always against you and your point of view. I wonder if any of these guys have a change of heart since the Boston Convention, and also at this tentative agreement. I wonder if any of them have a change of heart to say, wait a minute, this is what everyone's been telling me all these years that's been going on. So, if you're one of those people that used to be pro Renfro, pro NALC, I mean NALC when it was fighting for the carrier, yeah, no doubt, thumbs up. But over the years, it has not been pro carrier at all. So if you're one of those people that was pro Renfro and everything else, and you were defending him regardless of whatever everybody else was saying, yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know when I post this up. Or send me a message on the Fighting Carrier on Facebook. Say, hey, I was one of those guys that was pro Renfro, but I've seen something since the Boston or this tentative agreement. My mind is changed. So no, just let me know if things have changed with you with regard to that. So that's all I got this evening. Next time I get on, I'm going to talk about all rights, the current when it comes to social media and things of this nature, because I know management is out there trying to scare people and whatnot about the use of social media and things of that nature. But I got some stuff for them as well. So my throat's getting ready to go right now because I am, like I said, dealing with this illness. But y'all take care. Let me know too. Any of you are interested in any cutlery? That's my side gig that I got going on. Let me know if you're interested in that cutlery. I'd be happy to share my cutlery page on Facebook with individuals and some of my products. Discounts from now throughout the end of this year, because the holiday season is upon us. Discount to all letter carriers. Okay. Put it that way. Discount all letter carriers. So just let me know if you want to get down with that. I got your back. And again, here behind the scenes, I'm fighting every day for you guys. I'm reaching out. I mean, I send messages and calls to many different congressmen offices, media. It's just I'm just one voice right now, doing what I can. But it's going to happen. I'm not going to give up. All it takes is one revolutionary, and one revolutionary can make big changes. And whether that's me or that's the other groups out there. But hey, I got your back, my fellow blue carriers. I love each and every one of you guys. I will have your back regardless. So y'all take care. Catch y'all next time. Again, this is Deshaun Bradley, the Fighting Carrier, signing out. Peace.